Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the TEAS. We have been solving math problems out of this book here, the study manual for the TEAS. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 107. Please turn to it. Page 107, and today is our lesson number 54. We are in the process of solving linear equations yesterday and the day before yesterday, and today that's what we've been doing, solving linear equations. If you need more practice, if you find that these 3-4 problems that you find in the book is not enough for you and you need to practice some more, on my channel you will find 15 more videos dealing with precisely the same concept, learning how to solve simple linear equations. Day number 86 to 100 in the Algebra series you will find on the channel. There are 200 videos dealing with algebra. Day 1 through 100 deals with the basic elementary concept of algebra, and then day 101 through 200 we learn how to solve simple word problems. They're all there if you wish to avail yourself to them. Number 3 is what we are about to do, problem number 3. X over 4, we are told, minus 1 over 6, x over 4 minus 1 over 6 we are told equals x plus 3, or rather x over 3 plus 1. Now as always when we are solving for a variable in the equation, as always our goal should be to bring all the unknown on one side as quickly, as efficiently as possible, and all the known quantities on the other side. And typically we bring the unknown to the left hand side and the known quantity are put on the right hand side. That's just a convention, that's just a tradition. We're going to do that, we're going to follow the tradition. So let's bring this x over 3 to this side. How do we do that? By subtracting, this is the positive sign, so by subtracting x over 3 from both sides. We're going to subtract x over 3 from both sides, this is a positive one. So now when we add these two quantities, they're going to cancel each other out, and this quantity is going to appear on this side as a negative quantity. Similarly, we need to bring this 1/6 to that side. How do we do that? By adding 1/6 to both sides. By adding 1/6 to both sides. Voila. There you go. What do we get then? Well, let's find out, shall we? So here we have a negative 1/6, here we have a positive 1/6, which was the whole idea. So 1/6 is cancelled out. Similarly, here we have x over 3, positive x over 3, and then at the bottom we have negative x over 3. When we add these two quantities, they can cancel each other out. That was again the whole point. And what we are left here is x over 4 minus, remember this is a negative, minus x over 3 equals 1 plus 1 over 6. We are almost there. Now we have to find the common denominator of the left hand side, common denominator of the right hand side, and off we go. So let's start then. Common denominator here is going to be 12. So how do we make the denominator 12 here? How do we make the denominator of this guy 12? It's very simple. Multiply top and bottom by 3. You know, in essence, what we're doing is we're multiplying x over 4 by 3 over 3, which we can do because 3 over 3 is just 1. Similarly here, we want to make the denominator 12. We will do so by multiplying top and bottom by 4. So let's do that here. Let's multiply the top and bottom by 4. I need a little bit more room. Minus x over 3 multiply top and bottom by 4. There you go. So we have this quantity and we have this quantity. So here we get 3 times x, which is 3x. Here we get x times 4, which is 4x. And with the minus sign in between. And at the bottom we have same denominators, 3 times 4, 3 times 4. It's 12, which was the whole point. We wanted the denominator to be the same. Hence the term common denominator. Same thing here, we want the denominator to be the same. Let's make both of the denominators, since, okay, watch what happens here. We could actually very easily write this thing as 6 over 6 and have a common denominator of 6, but listen very carefully. If we were to make common denominator of 6 on this side, at the end we'll end up having to do a few more steps, because here on this side we will have a denominator of 6 and here we will have a denominator of 12. And again we'll have to do the adjustment for that. Why don't we make the denominator of this side 12? That way we have the same denominator on both sides, And as long as the denominator on both sides are the same, it will cease to play any role, it will cease its existence, it will cease its significance, and all we'll have to do is look at the top part. As long as the bottom is the same, it doesn't play any role. Do you understand? So let's do that. Instead of writing this 1 as 6 over 6, we're going to write that 1 as 12 over 12. So this 12 over 12 actually comes from here. This 1 is written as 12 over 12. And this 1 over 6, we're going to multiply this 1 over 6 by 2 over 2. Voila. So now this one has a denominator of 12, and this one has a denominator of 12, and so does this side. So we have 12 plus 1 times 2. 1 times 2 is just 2 over 12. And now since 12 appears on both sides of the equation, we can multiply both sides of the equation by 12 and get rid of this 12. You see? Now what I'm going to do now is to undo the baby step. I'm not going to do the baby step. We're just going to cross out the 12 from the bottom. That's all it is. You see? Watch what happens. We don't have to show the baby step. 12 appears here, 12 appears here. As long as the denominator is the same, it ceases to have any significance. We can just cancel each other out. So here what are we left with? We have 3x minus x. 3x minus x is negative x. And here we have 12 plus 2, which is 14. Negative x equals 14. We need to get rid of this negative sign from here. So we multiply both sides of the equation by negative 1. Multiply both sides of the equation by negative 1. And negative times negative is positive. So we find out that x equals 14 times negative 1, which is negative 14. Which is our x. We find that x equals negative 14. We're not quite done yet. If you have a few extra seconds in the exam, it's not a bad idea actually to put this value back in the equation to verify your answer. It's always a good idea if you can do it. If you're able to, if you have the time, if the time allows, always a good idea. And since we are in no hurry, that is exactly what we're going to do here, because we are doing this problem for learning purposes. Yes, I do realize that pointing out the bloody obvious is my forte. Of course we are here for learning purposes. What else? So let's put it back in here. X equals negative 14, we're going to put it in here. I need the room obviously, we need to erase this thing. Again, remember, this 12 over 12 is this one. This one is, this is 1. This 12 over 12 is actually 1, obvious. You can see, it's 1 incognito. That's what that is. It came from there. These two cancel out, that one is here, and this 1/6 is written as 2 over 12. So here is our original equation, plus 1, and this one was x over 3, and this one was 1 over 6. Let's put it in here, negative 14. So we have negative 14 over 4 minus 1 over 6 is equal to negative 14 times 3 plus 1. Again, very quickly we're going to make the denominator of the entire equation 12. We're going to make the denominator of the entire equation 12 by multiplying this quantity top and bottom by 3, multiplying this quantity top and bottom by 2, and multiplying this quantity top and bottom by 2 again, and writing this one as 12 over 12. This one is right here. So now the whole thing has a denominator of 12. Let's see what we find, shall we? I'm going to erase all of this thing, we don't need any of this now. So 3 times negative 14, how much is 3 times 14? How the hell do I know what negative 3 times 14? I don't go around memorizing the bloody thing. Well, I do know 3 times 15, that I do know, 3 times 15, 3 15s are 45. If 3 15s are 45, then 3 14 must be 3 less than that, which is 42. And there is a negative sign, so it's negative 42. Negative 42, and here we have negative, and then 1 times 2 is 2, so it's negative. So here we get negative 44. We better get negative 44 on that side. 14, negative 14 times 2 is going to give us negative 28 plus 12. Something has gone wrong drastically, as you can see. things are not looking good. Where did I make boo-boo? Negative 14/3. Ah, did you see my mistake? That's a good, interesting place. Actually, what I want you to do, actually, I'm going to put the cap back on. I want you to pause the video at this second. Pause it and see if you can find my mistake, my boo-boo. Okay? Pause it and unpause it. I'll give you a few seconds to do just that. Okay, here we go. The mistake I made is, listen carefully, the mistake I made is that here we have 3 times 4, here which is 12, here we have 6 times 2 which is 12, and here we have 3 times 2. This is a denominator of 6, not 12. We need to multiply this star by 4/4, not 2/2. 4/4 because 3 times 4 is 12. This is wrong. We need to multiply this quantity by 4/4. 4/4. Now 14 times 4, 14 times 4, again, I know 15 fours are 60. If 15 fours are 60, then 14 fours should be 4 less than 60, which is 56. Let's find out, shall we? 14 fours. 4 fours are 16, carry 1, 4 and 1, 5. You see, it's 56. This is not negative 28, this is negative 56. And negative 56 and a 12. 56 minus 10 would have been 46. Therefore, 56 minus 12 is going to be 44. Same as here. Voila, it checks out. You see what I just did here? When you have to do negative 56 and a positive 12, negative 56 and a positive 12 is same as positive 56 and negative 12. Except you have to put the sign, you have to remember it. This is a negative quantity, this is a positive quantity, but in terms of doing the work, it's much easier to subtract 12 from 56 than try to do negative 56 and a positive 12. So that's what I did. What I did was, what I was trying to explain to you is that 56 minus 10 we know is 46. If 56 minus 10 is 46, then 56 minus 12 must be 44. And then you stick a negative sign in front of it because negative appears with a bigger number. That's all. So negative 44 equals negative 44, which means our answer was correct. It turns out x is indeed 14/4. But of course we're not going to write that as 14/4. It should be written as, is it? No, not 14/4 rather. X is 14. X was 14 right here. The 4 was from there. X equals to 14, we just verified, is the correct answer. I will see you tomorrow, okay? I will see you tomorrow because if I don't stop, I'm going to keep making more boo-boos. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Alright? Always listen to Kenny Ryder. You must fold and you must hold. You must know when to fold and when to hold. Do you understand? I'm going to fold. Bye now.